We are live.
Like, how live?
Like, literally
Can I
live.
say little bastards now?
Yeah, why not?
Hello! Welcome back. It's David here. And if you didn't know already, we're in Las Vegas because I got the sign, dude. I got the sign. And we have all of the regular customers. We have Dennis here because you know by his tag. He wears that for me, by the way, so don't forget.
You gotta know. And then he doesn't look at it. So the problem is even though you have the name tag so he can see it.
It should say little bastard, and then I'd be good to go. If it said little bastard, I'd be good. And where's, oh my God, it's Alex on the box. You on the can, buddy? There he is. Look at him. What, did you mute yourself? What's going on? Look at all that hair.
No, I'm here. I'm just barely alive. That's all.
You're barely alive?
Yeah.
Look, we were all hungry. We're all tired.
Yeah, we missed eating, but we're here for you guys.
But we got some stories to tell.
We do have some stories, sadly.
Sadly? What do you mean sadly? This is good time.
Wait, I gotta do this shout out. Check out my shirt, dude. Check out my shirt. If you guys love this shirt, I'm hawking this shirt. This is the Into the AM graphic tee with an astronaut on an ace of spades, dude.
Stand up.
Because I don't want to stand up too much because I don't want to nipple shame myself. But look at this. Oof. Wow. I wore this shirt accidentally. Accidentally wore it, and everybody loved it too. So we reached out to them and we're like, hey, over here. We love this shirt. Do you love this shirt? Come on, it looks fantastic, dude. An astronaut with an ace of spades, that's like me to a T, dude. Every time I sit down to play poker, I'm basically
an astronaut.
I'm a little bit of a space cadet, to be honest with you. This is all about the space cadet. All right. So we are we're having a little show today, and it's going to be about you, us, and a whole bunch of stories. So we're going to do this kind of interactively, because I hear when customers come in, they basically come in and say, "Hey, Dave, you got any stories?" And I'm like, "Well, what kind of stories?" So we're going to kind of do that. But before we get there, we have a new table. Can we show them the table, dude? ShopCasinoQuest.com.
Yes.
We have a new table. That's being provided to us by a fantastic wood shop.
Click into it. Sorry.
And there it is. It is a legal 10-foot craps table, finished, polished, stained, all premium wood. And there it is. The dimensions are there. Of course, it's not the cheapest thing, but it's much more affordable than you think, believe it or not. But it's a little, it's the same 10-foot. It's a little narrower, so you can get it into your living. For those of you who want a home craps table, and it comes apart and it comes back together in 15 minutes or less. Literally, one power drill, some screws, and it's that easy. One person can get it off the truck, and we literally put it together in 15 minutes. So really, really, really portable, great table. And we've used it here for one of the challenges already, by the way.
Which hasn't come out yet, but it will.
One lucky customer got to break in this table, deflower the table, as it were.
Deflower the table?
I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. But it looks good. It's fantastic. And I wrote up the whole description. Because, you know, those are, in most of the questions, I boomerized the description.
Before we get too far, by the way, remember, continental U.S. Continental U.S.
Sadly, if you want this table in Hawaii, it costs, you might as well just come over here, rent a rowboat, and push it back.
By the way, shipping this is to like Hawaii, it's so expensive. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you got to rent your own boat, basically. We researched it, and it's outrageous. Especially nowadays, boating logistics are just ridiculously difficult. But in continental U.S., $250 to $500. It goes straight to your house. It's wrapped. It's in pieces. It's pretty fast. But anyways, it's there on our site. You can look it up. Just check it out if you're interested. All the dimensions are there for those of you. It's a great setting table. So if you're a setter, you just stand right there mid-stick, and you can stand back as far as near as you need to. So there's that. So if you want a rig, it only uses one rubber. So one full rubber on each side, which kind of gives you an idea of the scope of the table. But it's really a really nice table. But anyways, all right, moving on.
A craps rubber, by the way, a craps rubber.
Oh my God, dude, he's so innuendoized. This Alex friendly. We have to clarify because there are people out there going, I was watching Alex the other day, and now I'm thinking different types of rubbers are in play. We need to make sure it's a craps rubber. Holy crap,
What's
dude.
a rubber?
Yeah, exactly. I know. Oh, God. All right, buddy. Let's
Okay.
get this show on the road.
Yep.
So,
Real
Go
quick,
ahead.
we do have 2 super chats
Oh.
already. I'll go back. Thank you so much. We have a $10 super chat from Floral Access. He says Storytime Jukebox. And
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Alan Toy says $5 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. Does the craps table come with screen so it prevents my dice overthrowing?
does it come with what?
Like a screen, like a protective screen, like a driving range. Because in the 30 roll, he kept shooting his dice over the
Listen,
table.
that's what wives are for. Just have them sit there, and that way too. By the way, you know, oh my God, stop laughing, dude. This is a serious matter here. So here's the thing, right? If you have a crap table in your living room, and you know you're always constantly barraged by barraged. I don't even know if that's a word. That's not a word. That's a Maltrix. You have that significant other. Might be not always the wife. When I say significant other, if you're in a family unit, it could be like, a son, a daughter, anyone who likes to chat, and you're busy trying to work on your craps, right? You just have them stand at the end, dude, while they're talking, and you just focus on throwing, and then every time the dice goes off the table, it's like, you know what I mean? You got someone right there to retrieve the dice for you. You know what I mean? You get 2 birds with 1 stone. You get into your practice, you listen to all the nonsense,
What the hell
and
are you
boom.
going on about?
You haven't been married, dude. You don't know. You don't know. It's coming. All right. Yeah.
Why am I using anybody as like a backboard?
Listen, buddy. This is skills. These are things. This is you need to learn these things as you get older. So these are the tricks of the trade, dude. These are the tricks of the trade. All right, you ready? Did we say hello to everybody? Did anybody have any questions that we can answer to yet? We've had a lot of.
Well, don't you have a starter story? A story while they get their questions in.
I was gonna start with the really fantastic boss I used to have.
Oh,
that was
okay.
gonna be the greatest story ever. So I don't mean to offend anybody out there, by the way. So I don't want to is there such thing as a flat earther offended person? So if you're a flat earther, do you get offended when people don't believe or don't agree with you on the flat earther thing? Am I gonna offend? Am I gonna ruin? Am I gonna send people packing?
Look, if you're a flat earther, you deserve to be offended.
So interestingly, really? Oh my God, he went all the way there, dude. Swear to God, we just lost 10%. No. So I used to have this boss I used to work for who was a absolute flat earther, dude. And he would sit there and nudge me all day, and he would bring in things. So did you know that they have conventions? They have conventions that come out to Vegas, and they got all the conspiracies about how the earth is flat and everything else. Well, I had a craps boss. By the way, nicest guy. Just bat crazy.
Really?
Oh, God, he was so crazy, dude. So anytime the convention came to town, that would really get him going because he would bring in the books, and he would have these conversations with everybody on the table
Really?
about how flat the earth was. You know what I mean? All these things. And he would literally start using math. He would, math. They got math, dude. They got math.
They
to
got
explain.
math?
No, 100%. They got math.
They got blind
It's-
math is what they
It's
got.
their own math. They worked it out. You know what I mean? It's sort of the mental gymnastic math. But they have math. So he would walk up, he would sit next to me, and I was like, oh my God, we got Crazy Town going. And I would tell people before they came up to the table if they wanted to play, I'm like, listen, my boss, right now, there's the Flat Earther conventions in town. My boss is a bit high on the Flat Earther stuff. So just prepare and just humor him on the Flat Earth stuff. What's going on?
No, I just want to fix something.
Oh, you're fixing something?
Right.
All right. Am I too white? Have I whited out to play?
Yes.
They have to use, apparently, see that's the less white. They have to use some sort of weird grayscale thing to get me color coordinated. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but I think I'm offended. I think I'm supposed to be offended. Am I supposed to be offended by that? No, not really, huh?
Not really. We do have 4 super chats.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Already
Holy
going.
smokes.
4 super chats real quick. Mr. Rob B, thank you so much. $5 super chat. I'm down for Keno with David during either the June Color Up meetup or the August CQ meetup, or why not both?
Oh, by the way, listen, I want to say 2 things right now. I love you guys for all the positive responses on Keno, because everybody's always not, I get so much crap for the Keno thing, and it's so nice to hear at least positive. I get it. Not everybody likes Keno. Not everybody understands Keno. It's a very complicated game. It really takes a lot of thought. But those of you who have come, and number 2 is I can't stress enough how wonderful it is. Those of you who are Patreons have listened to my story. We just had a group in today. just thank you so much for being part of that and having all the positive feedback. Because, there's so much negativity in the world. It's nice to hear positive things, sir. Positive things, okay? So, okay, back to my bat crazy boss. So my boss would come up to me. And by the way, this was at a sort of a break-in house. You know what I mean? And I was like the guy. It was one more of my, I wouldn't say dead-end jobs, but my, my break-in jobs, And I would just warn people that I had Crazy Town. You know what I mean? And they could either tune him out, because he wouldn't shut up, by the way.
Yeah.
He would bring, like stuff with him to work. At the
Like
pit.
he had a pamphlet,
Not just a pamphlet, like models of stuff. You know those
models?
Little, oh yeah, 100%, dude. This guy was all in, man. Whenever the convention was in town, he'd bring all his stuff. And I'm sitting there, and by the way, this is not exactly a break in time, but a little bit of a grind joint. And people are like grinding out, dollar game. They could care less about flat Earth, round Earth, square Earth. No one cares. You know what I'm saying? They just want to play the game. And he would literally go over, and he would get in between them. With a little model thing going, hey, listen, did you guys know that the Earth is flat? And he would go into, and he would literally, I've actually seen him pick a dice up off the game, because he would use the dice, and somehow the dice and the flat Earth made everything work. You know what I mean? Like, that was how, the reason that the dice went, and, it made sense, and that's the flat Earth. So, interestingly, I sit there, and this is like Crazy Town. Like, why is this going on at this casino? Like, why are they letting, he's a boss. Why are they letting, he was not a boss, but a floor supervisor. So I run into the boss one day, and I'm like, dude, because, at that point, then you question, okay, maybe there's a lot of other flat earthers working here. You know what I'm saying? Like, strangely, when I was in elementary school, and I took a course in typing, they had to teach you typing back in the day, because I don't have no clue why.
They still teach you typing.
In elementary school?
Yeah.
Wow. I did learn how to make pancakes, too, so that was nice.
Keep going.
So, and my camera's good? Just as
Yeah.
long as my camera's good. That's all I trust. Although pixelation, I might look younger if it's pixelated. What do you think?
Yeah.
Am I color coordinated?
No.
Okay, so I run into the boss, and the boss tells me, he's like, listen, why are we putting up with the flat earther dude? Like, I don't understand. I had to actually, so before I start talking, I really had to, I'm one of those people, dude. You guys know me a little bit. I got to let everything out. It doesn't stay inside. Even when it's and a lot of times bosses would take that as me being rude or being direct, and it wasn't always a thing to kind of foster, thank God I was a decent crap dealer. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been fired a few times. But the guy's looking at me, and I'm not real friendly with this boss, but I have to know, how the hell do they put up with this dude going out and talking all his flat earther nonsense all the time? Well, it was a bit of a grind joint, and it stopped everybody from, you didn't have to worry about interfering with the rolls or breaking up the game. This guy would kill a game in seconds. The minute a game would get hot, they send out the flat earther dude to interrupt the roll, or you know what I mean, or just change the rhythm. And a lot of people that play craps, they know that's a thing. But bosses look to do anything to interrupt a roll, interfere in the sort of the rhythm of the game. They think that, especially the bosses that sweat, and we're gonna have some stories about sweating. A lot of sweating goes on in the casino, back in the day especially. But even now, Jet rolled a hand the other day.
No,
the guy took the dice off the table and mic'd the dice.
100%.
I had never seen that before.
It was hilarious, by the
entire
way,
life.
because he literally stopped the whole game,
Yeah.
grabbed the dice, fucking micrometer and everything, spinned it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was laughing. I was drunk out of my mind.
Never seen that. But bosses look to do anything. And here they got Crazy Town right there, ready to. I mean, he was the nicest guy, but hey, dude, that guy wants to debate your flat Earth theory. Go right out. Hey, you got a minute? The guy's shooting the dice. Literally, take the dice. This guy's shooting the dice. Anyways, that's one of my flat earther boss. He had books to read. He had everything going, man. Anyways, what else you got? Do we get anything else? Anybody have any questions?
Do
We have a
super
bunch
chats?
of super chats.
Oh,
There's
Go
like
ahead,
four
sir.
more.
Smokes.
Yeah. Real quick, thank you so much, Derek Sleva, $5 super chat. That comment is why David is divorced.
Yeah, that's probably. Oh, you heard that one?
Yeah. And then a couple more.
Hey.
A couple more. I know
Yeah.
one day I was thinking about it. Crispr Trucking, thank you for the $10 super chat. Taco Bell pizza money. Mr. Isaiah, hope all is well. $9.99. Love all those stories.
Yeah.
And then we have Greg with the $5 super chat. Papa David, I was worried about the screen / light up craps table. My casino has a real one, $25 minimum. Virtual is at $10. Is this the future? And then Isaiah again, $1.99. When are more live play videos coming out?
So what is wait, what was the damn question?
So he's talking about the roll to win tables. It's not the future.
Yeah, not a thing.
Not
so
a thing.
you want to know? I got a story for you. Ready? I got a great story with those tables, and it's a little birdie told me. So I'm gonna start with the petty side of the story,
Alex, can you switch the camera?
Sorry.
and then we're gonna evolve
Sorry.
because we the one thing I've learned ever since sort of the experience we had with our Virgin event is honesty will set us free. Okay. And let's be clear. So 3 years ago, me and Alex were at a G2E. It was the NIGA convention. So it was the Indian Gaming Convention. And we ran into one of these tables. And the truth is the tables, so we tried to play the table. This might have actually been 4 years now, right? Maybe 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So we end up seeing this table, and we belly up to the game. And, it's got the screen. There's this, very attractive model there, and she's moving the table. And this is at a convention. None of these tables had hit the floor yet.
Yeah.
And we ended up talking to the guy, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're millions of dollars into development. This is the end-all game. Look at the LEDs. It lights up. By the way, you don't want to do too many drugs while playing this game, okay? There's a limit. You don't want to be on, I think, ecstasy or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain types of drugs you probably want to avoid.
Only way to find out by the end of the month.
Yeah. Because you know how they give that warning thing whenever they have a lot of flashing lights, and they're like, some people might go into like, epileptic shock or whatever the hell we should be. But anyways, so we belly up to the game, and I come up to the game, and we start playing the game, and I can't get my bets in time. And Alex ends up walking off a little bit, and I'm still there, and I'm like, how is this a thing? I can't get all my bets in. And the guy's like, well, you need a little better understanding of craps to make your bets. And I'm like, okay, sounds great. Need a better understanding. It wasn't a better understanding. It was, I need better fingers or something. Or they needed a better,
Interface?
Interface. There you go. Interface. See, he knows.
I mean, dude, it takes away from the whole reason of being on a dice table. If I at my birthday party was on a roll to win table, I would have hated the whole experience. Because the whole point of being there is you have all the people, all the dealers interacting. Yeah. What is a, digital table going to do for me? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's not. Go
ahead. So I asked a lady who was there with the stick, right? She's holding the stick. And I'm assuming they hired an actual dealer. That she wasn't a dealer. So we come out on a point, and I asked her, what's the point? I said, how do you mark the point? And she kept looking at me like, what are you talking about? And I asked, no, you marked the point. I just wanted to see how she, sets the point, then the point's over. I had no idea what the hell I was talking about. Like, all she says is, I just enter it in.
Really?
I just enter it in.
It's that
She
easy?
knew nothing about dice, dude. I mean, they basically just gave her a stick and said, good luck. You know what I mean?
Well, isn't there, casino lost a lot of money on that table?
Well, I'm getting to that. That's the end of the story. Okay.
Get
So
to the
here's
end
get to the
faster.
end. I know. So here's what happened. They rolled out a lot of these games. If you like to bet flat and keep all your bets, if you don't have an interactive strategy, the table sort of works. And when I say sorta, I mean the minute you have to come up and down and move and regress, if you play any kind of working strategy, it's a hard table to interact with, and I think most people will agree. The next part about this is if you have someone that these casinos have been throwing someone on the stick who's not a dealer, doesn't know the game, who are just new. They're a dealer, but they're like a blackjack dealer. I mean, we've had a few dealers. So they put this into a casino that used to have it. At one of the casinos we sent dealers to. Okay. And one of those dealers came back to the school, and let's just say they haven't been through craps. And when I say they haven't been through craps, I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? They're a little bit defective on the crap side. You know what I mean? They need a lot of work. You can't just show up for one day and now you're a crap dealer. You know what I mean? So they put him on. They basically asked him, listen, do you know craps? And he, like an idiot, he said, yes, I know craps. Dealing craps.
Oof.
So they put him on the stick. And I'm not saying that he was responsible for it, but let's just say this table lost a buttload of money. A buttload of money. So we heard that it lost a buttload of money, and someone called us from another jurisdiction, and we talked to them, me and Alex. Well, they talked to us sort of back channels. And so basically what they were telling me is whenever they have rent due, They go and hit this one roll to win. They have to hit the stun
Really?
table and take advantage. They had this. I won't tell you how it's done, but they basically said, "Listen, we take advantage of this table, and we're able to pay our rent."
Wow.
And I was like, "Dude, that doesn't bode well for this table. Dude. That does not bode well for this table." And I honestly think so. So the thing is that ETGs run its own course. It's its own. They're slot machines.
What does EGD stand for again?
Electronic table game.
There you go.
So electronic table games fall under slot. As much as they would love to have virtual games, like a lot of casinos have these virtual blackjack carousels or stadium seating. Now for Baccarat, it's worked out phenomenally, by the way. Baccarat, different game, different kind of beast, different kind of player, different mindset. But for regular players, it's just a slot. It's a way to get in for less money. Now, the interesting thing is the roll to win games. A lot of them had really high limits. A lot of casinos got whacked, and they had to lower the limits. Okay. I mean, we saw one that had a $5,000 table limit.
Really?
So basically, you could play in scale, man.
Oh, you mean the max limit?
Max, yeah, the max. Yeah, you didn't start at 5,000.
I was like, Jesus.
Can't imagine feeding the hundreds in for that one. That would take a while. But so it's not a thing. You know, interestingly, here in Vegas, I could put 15 job boards on my table. Last week alone, we had 10 casinos reach out to us. It's unbelievable. We even have top tier casinos looking for experienced dealers, like casinos that have never called before saying, hey, we have openings, right? So, I mean, what they found is by raising these minimums and decreasing the maximums, squeezing players, basically, they've been able to increase the hold on these games and make these tables profitable again on a whole nother level. Plus, people have been really generous. Tokes are up across the board. Almost every casino are seeing better tokes, for tokes being tips for the dealers. And we have literally, I can go down the whole list of the casinos that have been hiring, but I mean, every single flipping day. We've been offered job fairs, dinners and money. I mean, we've been offered everything.
We've been called all the time. It's not even
every
funny.
day. It's really quite something. In fact, the school has been just emptied out. We had a top tier casino come in and have a job fair. So we started the poker class, right?
Yeah.
Within the first week of the poker class, a top tier casino said, listen, we need poker dealers 70 bad. They came in and hired 3 of them, and they were only in their first week. Already hired, already claimed.
Dude, your dice dealers can't even stay in dice long enough.
No, I know. I mean, they're so desperate for dice deals, they'll literally take a pulse and a hand. You got to have a hand. You got to be able to hold the stick. I mean, you got to be able to hold the pole, dude.
Yeah, no, that's the requirement.
That's literally the bottom line. I mean, everybody, that's the thing. Dice dealers right now are in just huge demand. We talk about the split and the career path. We were going to talk about that a little more in a minute. We've had some really interesting questions about. So I have this thing on Fridays where I do like job career counseling, this kind of thing, where you can come and I set up appointments so I can speak one-on-one with students who are interested. There's so many options, right? So we can now talk about what's near you, what kind of jobs they have. Most cases we know what the supervisors are like. Some casinos are more passive. They let you get away with crap. Others are, not so much, very structured. But now that since every casino is hiring basically, there's all this extra information that's available. So if you're choosing a career, which games, how far from your house, the tokes, the type of bosses. A lot of casinos are offering full-time benefits almost from start. They still want to make sure that you're able to stand up and show up on time. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a bar there. But all right, what else do we got? We getting any questions?
We have a lot of questions.
Yeah, we have tons.
Is one of the questions, why the hell does Derek didn't take me out to Jasmine? He owed me a Jasmine. I thought we were going, what's
Derek,
going on?
Yeah. What are you doing? What's going on?
What else you got?
Jasmine time.
We actually got quite a bit of questions.
Go.
I'm just actually going through the list from the top already. Let me see here. Floral Axis asks, is there any advantage for or against the player on cruise ship casino tables?
Other than the squeeze, it's short money. I mean, that's how cruise ships do it. They have high minimums and low maximums. Slot machines, the paybacks tend to be terrible. The way you can usually find what the paybacks are on with their casino gaming to some degree, but it's tough. I'll be honest with you, if it comes to cruise ships, I'm sticking with tables because I know what to play in tables. I've heard of some tables, some crap tables on cruise ships that play downtown odds 1631. But my guess is you have a captive audience. What are you gonna do? You're just stuck. So I know I've seen some of the videos, some of the YouTube videos about playing on cruise ships, and I don't think there's much to it other than you're a captive audience. It's gonna be a lot of higher level 25-cent dollar slot machines. You're not gonna see a lot of low level things. Probably not penny keno, of course.
What's a different dynamic? Because especially if you're on a cruise, I mean, you can't just walk out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have no choice. What are you gonna do? Go to the next casino?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna paddle boat real quick to the next casino.
Some people have literally jumped over. They see another casino going by. We're going to that one, honey.
The only thing I heard actually legitimately is somebody in our community mentioned that on cruise ships you're allowed to take cash on credit card.
What?
So
really?
that's the only good thing. That's like if you want to if you're
Yeah.
all about that life, supposedly you can actually put money on your credit card and they'll give it to you cash.
Oh,
Wow,
really?
no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, because normally you have to pay out the nose to get cash for your credit card. First,
Well,
you got to
they
pay
want
the
you to
credit card
spend the money,
company.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, the credit card company charges you a fee for getting cash, and then the hotel charges you a premium for converting it to cash, the credit to cash. You're running the credit. You follow?
Wow.
Yeah. So that's that'll stick you. But I mean, it's just one of those things. I worked on a private charity game on a really nice yacht, and I got paid really well. Everybody came in almost the same money. The most fantastic thing about that was I got to experience. Everybody knew how to play. Everybody knew how to play. It was all high limit play, and it was the first time I came across really female players that were just aggressive craps players that were buying in for real money, playing aggressive. Everyone played aggressively, and they played that. So that when that boat went out, they played in sessions. So it was a few hours, and people were just 50,000 was a typical buy-in. My guess is, I mean, let's just say it didn't look like your typical charity crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as I knew, it was a charity game. And I got to eat with everybody too, which was fantastic, dude. So I got to eat with everybody. I worked with some really phenomenal dealers. I actually had another female on my crew, which was kind of cool because this is back in the early 90s. So that was a lot of fun, dude. But anyways, all right, what else we got?
Okay, we got another question. Oh,
yes.
go ahead.
Before we get too far,
Yes.
Linda S., your shirt's going out. Nick, I gave Nick your address and everything. He's just been really busy. He hasn't been able to send everything out.
And some of the lanyards, so everything should be out by Monday for sure.
He's probably doing them right now, actually, knowing
Yeah,
him.
we lit a fire.
Yeah.
Lit a fire, yeah, 100%. Eventually, so we're looking at hiring somebody just to do that. So we have someone who is going to take care of that on a regular basis.
And we're going to organize. We're going to make an email for just giveaways to make it easier.
Yeah, because we want to have more giveaways, a lot of giveaways, because we have some updates for you guys. We're working on some new locations. Shh, don't tell anybody. And with that, we're going to have somebody. We're going to consolidate our customer service, our phone center, probably right here underneath this very location. And we are going to be able to convert a media space. So right now we're in like the podcast room. You can experience all of Alex you ever will want right here.
Yeah.
You could be your own green screen right here and get a piece of that. But we're looking to have a permanent set so that we can film and we can do everything downstairs. And we're going to finally have an office. Alex is going to have his own private office. And we're going to have to, it'll be camera free though. That'll be
Alex,
the sad thing.
question.
What's
Is
up?
there going to be a casting couch in there? Is there going to be a casting couch?
No.
But any cameras, sir? Can we put cameras? Can we install cameras?
They can watch me yell all I want because the biggest problem is when we do these Twitch streams, I'm yelling out my holes or something inappropriate, and there's customers walking by.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's
I'm
kinda,
like-
out of context.
Yeah, like out of context. I'm like, or like, what's the other thing I say? I'm like,
Listen,
I don't know,
if
I
we
say
went
some
over
really
that,
inappropriate things.
yeah, a lot of inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we'll finally have a space for media where we can record. Because for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, we record in like when the store closes or when CEG closes.
So it's like 9. We don't get out till like 11:30.
And that's after working all day, so we're sometimes exhausted.
If you ever wonder why we're so dizzy while we're recording, that's why.
Yep.
This is a slave driver right here. Slave driver.
Look, I need more craft videos. What are you doing?
I know.
Why are you doing a podcast?
I got a great. Oh God, I just put out that PP crap. Yeah, that one's a good one. I like that one, and I got a new one coming.
Look,
I got a new one
you
coming.
gotta- okay,
It's gonna
for
be
context-
earth shattering.
For context, he means the strategy. It's just called PP.
It's a PP
poll.
strategy. Now it's nothing to do with my prostate. Listen here, dude. You get to an age where you just really could care less, man. You know what I'm saying? Swear to God. All right, what else?
Anyways,
we
you got
something
super chats,
else?
don't you,
We do have
Alex?
super chats. Yes, we do have super chats. We have, let's see, our $5 super chat from Danny Guards. Thank you so much. Hey boys, we'll be down for Memorial Day weekend. Do you think we'll be able to find a $5 or $10 craps table?
No. Nah. You're going to have to go far and wide. Memorial Day is going to be busy. I mean, as much as they're hired now, I mean, Ellis.
Do you think Ellis will keep a
I have
five?
an
maybe
answer.
10.
I have an answer.
Oh, you do have an answer?
Yes. So you can go to Palace Station. They do have $10 craps, and Gold Coast they do have $10 craps.
But for
If you're
Memorial Day
strip.
weekend?
Yeah, probably for Memorial. They keep it friendly.
Yeah, Palace
locals.
Palace Station's $10 all day now. So
Yeah, 100%.
10 times odds.
Dude,
Fantastic.
genius. Yep,
Great for DB
fantastic.
pressure.
They have some great Keno. They have that oyster. They have the oyster bar. They have famous oyster bar, by the way. If you want to wait in line for a few hours, it's a fantastic oyster bar.
By the way,
Bring a picnic
the reason
basket.
I had to say something because you said, and Kimo Sawboy quoted it in the comments for me. He said, I just put out my pee-pee is what you said.
Oh, shoot. Did I really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That didn't sound right.
That's why I had to clarify. It
Oh
was a
my
crap
God.
system.
Holy smokes.
Yep.
Did I really say it just like that?
They do that all the time to me on without context on Twitch.
Oh,
all the
really?
time.
They
Yeah.
take it all out of
Yeah,
context?
they take it all out of context.
Yeah, it's the PP system, dude. It's a whole system.
Crap system. Crap.
It's a PP
system.
crap system. All right. You guys, I mean, I love it. I love it. But anyway, all right, what else we got? We got something else?
Yeah, one more. Derek Sleeva, thank you for $5 super chat. I would have taken David the Jasmine, but someone said they had to visit their mom on Easter.
Oh, crap. Oh, that's right. I forgot about my mom. I still have one.
I still
Shit.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. What are you gonna do? All right. Well, hey, are we moving on to the next one? My flat earther boss. Oh, God.
Are we done with all the super chats and stuff?
I think so.
all
Any more
cleared.
questions?
Oh, another one just came in.
Oh,
Let me
fantastic.
do that one real quick. David, Chaos, thank you for the $5 super chat. How often do casinos try to persuade Alex and David to come work for them?
I've gotten a few offers to go to Colorado, and one offer, strangely enough, to go to Oklahoma before you realize, but it's I think we've had a few offers to train people, but I mean, how do we do that? We would be like, oh, you know what, we're gonna close the school and head on out to some nameless city somewhere. We would need to kind of backfill the school, but I do get offers to deal and teach. I was offered a big fat job once, not too recently, but about a year ago, to go teach and deal, but I turned it down. I actually thought about it for a second. It is a part-time thing, but not realistically. It would be fun.
You driving out there and back? That would be.
You know what's interesting is, like, quite literally, as a dealer now, because there are so many jurisdictions that need dealers, you could just drive around the country and do 6-month stints if you wanted to. Like, we actually have a few students that we've taught that are poker dealers, and they do the whole circuit, and they work the circuit, and they do the tournaments, and they live in an RV or camper, whatever the case
Sounds
is.
like a lot of work.
I mean, but if you want to travel and you want to get around, I mean, it's a big ass country with a lot to see. Imagine having work. Nowadays you could go all the way to New York, work in New York. You can work in Florida. You can work in upstate New York. You can work in Canada. You can then come down. There's places in Michigan. I mean, it's everywhere. You could literally go. If you were a good enough dealer with a little bit of experience, they would hire you instantly, and literally give you whatever you want. You could have like intermittent back massages while you're dealing. You know what I mean? That's like a thing now. That's what I'd be like. I'd be curious one of these days just to ask, like, to have this ridiculous ask. You know how the movie stars, they want only the green M&Ms in the bowl.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, well, I only want the green M&Ms, and I want a white, comforting chair, and I want a massager every 2.5 hours.
So you want to do that, but for craps?
I want to try that. Just like, how big a deal is it to have a good craps dealer? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Will you
push the
massage
limits.
my feet just for the, you know what I mean? I mean, how much? What are we talking here?
What type of massage does it have to be?
Yeah,
Does it come with the happy ending?
you want to know. Here's a little story I have recently. So we have one casino who's really just desperate for. And I'm not trying to out the casino, because they're every casino to me that's willing to give people work and put people to work. That's fantastic, right? They have these jobs there, but they keep coming up with the new benefit, like, hey, we're going to do full-time tuition reimbursement. I mean, they keep coming up with new incentives, and now listen, we killed all our day shift dealers, so we're going to have day shift available. You know what I mean? They just keep coming up with, like, I wonder, like, every week I get a new call, and I'm like, oh, crap, what kind of benefit you guys have now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it just keeps going. Maybe they just keep going. They're just so desperate for dealers. They just keep offering new things,
Alex, can you read the Joey 501 member?
Yes,
for 18
sir.
months?
Yep, Joey. Hello, sir. Hope all is well. He's actually a member on Discord too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's from Yorkshire and 1:37 a.m. So late to watch you guys live, but I'm hardcore to the bone. Always try to watch you guys live. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you.
By the way, he's
Yes?
he's from the UK, so he's up really
Yeah,
late
it's 1
right
a.m.
now.
I want to get to the UK and pretend I'm sophisticated. They have this sophisticated casinos there, dude. Not like Vegas, man.
What is it, Coupier?
I mean, yes, and people like still dress up and they look nice. Here, Hawaiian shorts and some jorts.
Oh,
or
you mean
whatever.
like the people, not just the
like going to a
dealers.
casino is like a thing. As much as I've seen on TV, maybe that's changed. You know what I mean?
Has it been when you were a dealer like the Rio? Would people dress up?
I mean, not really. That's when things started changing. You know, it was mostly shorts. People went out and whatever the hell they could find. Not nowadays though. The bar is even lower. People go out here. I just saw some people walking in their pajamas, dude. They were like at the casino in their pajamas. They don't even bother to wear clothes. Like it doesn't matter. They just come down from the room and whatever the hell they got on.
Well,
And that's okay.
If you're truly a high roller, why do you need to dress up? The
In
money
pajamas?
speaks. The
Pajamas.
Money speaks.
Pajamas.
Money speaks.
Jesus. And then they call them, what do they call them? Joggers now. They call them joggers. That's a pajama thing. See, it's good to have someone this young for context. Plus, he could show up all his hair while the rest of us are here. Think about it. All right. Well, anyways, we got other stories, dude. Anybody have any other? They want me. I got a great story. Huh? Is it
No,
just
I'm
me?
I'm
What are you
laughing.
reading over
I'm
here?
laughing at you because you're like, I got a great.
Do you think casino dealers are seasonal work? They can be. So if you do want to work seasonal, I mean that's even an option. That was one of the other benefits that the other casino was like, yeah, they don't even have to work for us very long. We'll take them for 6 months. I'm like, really? I mean, you can be a seasonal dealer, especially if. I mean, in Vegas, you would really have to put in 6 months and then sort of quit, but then you'd be rehired. I mean, demand for dealers is quite literally through the roof. I've never seen so much demand. It's in all the time I've been here. You know, it used to be you couldn't get hired with one game. Now we have a few casinos that hire you with one game. Not the best casinos, but you can get started.
Yeah.
Normally you need 2-3 games. If you really want to move ahead, you need more games. That's the whole thing. Okay, what else do we got?
We got some super
I heard
chats.
a ding-a-ling.
We do have some super chats.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what it sounds like. What do you want from me?
We have a $5 super chat from Mr. Greg. He
Thank you,
says,
Greg.
"Papa, I'm not a regular player. The most I play is $200 to $300. How much do I need to put up to get a comp? I feel weird asking the dealer. Any tips?"
Yeah, so stay away from the odds. Odds on a craps table give you nothing. Roulette really is the best comp game. Any real 50-50 game, I think, is also a decent comp game.
Is Baccarat a good comp game?
I mean, it can be. If you, you stay and play. If you just play one side,
So
you
people know for context, why does the casino not put money on odds? Like, why do they not rate you for that?
So they don't. The casino won't give you any comp value for anything where there's no theoretical win. They technically the odds are paid true, exactly what they're supposed to pay. So there's no benefit for the casino, technically speaking. It's still, in my estimation, that's one of the reasons why I think it's a terrible bet. As much as the math plays out well, the opportunity doesn't play out as well. We always talk about when I have people that come in here and do dice with me, it's more about the opportunity to win, not so much staying even with the casino. But we have, I would say honestly, the best systems that I've seen, especially for comp value, are on roulette. And you want to get time in, so you want to get average bet plus time in equals X comp. And roulette. I know someone who only has $1,000 to spend when he comes out here, and he gets phenomenal. Every trip paid for, he starts out with a roulette comp system. A system that's really geared towards comps. It's not really about win. And basically, a lot of the systems that you'll see Alex play out are just that. If there's a system where there's only 4 outs or 6 outs or whatever it is, that's a comp system. You're just going to be grinding away. Maybe you get lucky and win some money, but for the most part, you're gonna sit there and collect comp value. And the great thing about that is nowadays with the computers, once it's set, you're in. Like, for example, back in the day, floor supervisors gave you the comp value. And if they didn't like you or like how you played, they would give you less comp value.
Okay.
That's why we always tell people before you leave, if you give someone your card, ask them what you were rated, how much time, and what your average bet is. Those are the 2 biggies. You follow? Because back in the day, if you had a floor supervisor and you played some of these comp systems, they just don't like you. You know, they know that you're just grinding the game and you're trying to increase, you know, your comp dice. They would give you nothing, or not nothing, but a little bit. You follow? If you're one of these people that played certain ways on dice where they didn't like how you played, they would just nullify your value. A lot of don't players got screwed that way. A lot of Iron Cross people. So on Iron Cross, I was actually instructed a long time ago, one of my very first supervisor jobs, I worked at Casino Boardwalk, and I would rate players if they came in with the Iron Cross only what the win was. So if you only won $2 with a place bet win with no field, $2, like if you were betting let's see, $22, you know, because a lot of people just grind out Iron Cross. They're looking for that $2 win.
Yeah.
You only got rated as $2. Like they would only rate you on the win because the boss hated those kinds of systems. He wanted people that were willing to really throw down and play. Man, Norbert, dude, he was, by the way, a fantastic human being. He was, he owned Casino Boardwalk. He had the first holiday. So before Harrah's was Harrah's, it was the holiday, and Harrah's managed the holiday. And he owned the license to Holiday, and then he went across the street and he opened up Casino Boardwalk, which I didn't open it exactly, but I worked there shortly after it opened. And he gave me my first floor job. And you talk about stories. This guy used to work on the first Bugsy Siegel table back in the day when he was at the Flamingo. And the owner of the Klondike Inn, for those of you who you don't know these people. These people are out of your terrain. This is before your time.
I'm too much of a zoomer.
But anybody remember the Klondike Inn? They had, first of all, the Klondike Inn was great. If you liked really cavernous, like slot machine things and old school hand pull, you know, and then if you could only eat there if you were completely drunk, dude. The food was absolutely unpalatable unless you like could not taste your palate. You had to be wasted to eat there, but if you were, the food was absolutely fantastic, dude. Absolutely fantastic. Because you would just literally roll your ass 3 machines down and end up in the cafe. It was the weirdest thing because everything was so tight. They even had a casino pit. And that guy used to come in. By the way, the owner of the Klondike Inn, I don't remember his name, but he used to come in, and him and Norbert would lean over the crap table, and they would tell stories about the back in the day when he used to. So he was famous for not liking Wynn. Him and Wynn did not get along.
Okay.
Where's the parking lot where he still owned the apartment? Is that the Mirage when they built the Mirage, or no, the Bellagio? They built the Bellagio, and he wouldn't sell out. So the Bellagio parking in the Bellagio rear parking lot, there's still a little apartment building right in the middle, and he refused to sell. He just did not like Wynn. They didn't get along. It was a very competitive thing. Obviously, Wynn blew up the town, and it was a huge success. But he held out, which was great though, because if you were a dealer, you could rent those apartments pretty inexpensively, and you were literally parked and just walk right to work. It's Bellagio, right? Bellagio parking lot. Some of you dealers out there, remember, I get those confused nowadays.
Look at Dennis's face.
I know, he's like tapped, dude. He's tapped. But those, listen,
going on.
You're too young to understand, dude. This is a petty moment on a whole nother level in Vegas. It's like what they did to the Polo Tower. The Polo Tower refused to sell out the Cosmo, and they just built that whole thing right there. Took all the views. I mean, what are you going to do? But anyways, those two used to come in, and the only thing I would remember is this guy used to have the biggest, fattest pinky ring, this big nugget ring. And he would talk about, like, it would interfere with his ability to, like, he couldn't do cards, he couldn't pitch dice, nothing like this. It was huge. He had this massive hand with this huge ring, the biggest nugget ring you ever saw, dude. But anyways, typical classic casino owner back in the day. But to sit there and listen to their stories, holy crap. Where was I? What the hell's my name?
We got some super chats.
Oh my God!
We got more super chats.
Holy smokes!
For all access, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Let's get the likes up for the channel. He says.
Yes.
And then we have Lebowski. He says $4.99 super chat. He says we need a little Darlings or Sapphire meetup, Alex.
Oh, I know. By the way, they have the best ads, dude. They have the best.
Yeah.
They're advertising for Ukrainian women. Oh,
yeah.
God, they have a thing on their sign that says.
Well.
Ukrainian women looking for. Oh God. Anyways, I won't go there. I'm
one
sorry.
more thing, yeah, and also too, Lebowski. Just let you know, we could do Palomino and then meet up at Jerry's Nugget.
Yeah, right across the street
Right
for
across the street.
dessert.
We tried to do that for Jet and Dennis's, but it was too busy that night.
If you can't find dessert at the Palomino Club, you can definitely get a
Oh
cannoli.
my god! No, I just got that one.
You got
oh
that
my
one?
god! No.
The cannolis
No.
are really delicious
No.
across the street. I'm just
You
saying.
are now banned.
Anyways,
Yeah. Okay, one more.
We got
I
one
know
other
for
one?
sure. Well, real quick, I can't get my favorite dessert at Palomino. Anyway, so Derek Sleeman, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Wow.
Everybody knows. Any news on the meetup? Will the meetup be at a brothel? Wink, wink. There you go.
so we're working on the date. We reached out to a few casinos, and we're still waiting. We're trying to get them down from $25 tables to $5 tables. Is that too petty? Is that too soon? That's too soon. Although, if you want to start at $25, we know a place. We happen to know a place. We got one destination. We've had so many people now have watched that and have come in here, and that's like the first thing they want to talk about is, what happened. And not to like beat a dead horse, but $25 games. Come on now. Anyways, all right, we're moving on. I don't think they read their emails. I think they just like said screw it.
Well, this
They
is how
just
I'm
dialed it
going to
in.
transition to the next thing.
Wow.
Bob Adams says, do people sometimes pay just to see you guys and say hi, or do they all come with a serious agenda?
What do you mean, like pay to see us, like here
like,
at the?
like Dice with David or Roulette with Alex.
Oh yeah, interestingly, so some people like Alex had a guy the other day that came in who really just wanted to sit and just chat with Alex. He knew roulette. He knew every strategy. He just wanted to hang out. I get people strangely enough, and so I've had one guy came. He did not want to play dice. I had to take him over to the Keno machine. Remember that one? Buddy? Huh? Yeah. Dennis was so stunned. In fact, I was so stunned too that I wanted to film it. Then we had another group here. So I had a group of 4, a husband and wife, and they came in and we started teaching them dice, and they're like, listen, I know it's Dice with David, but we're not interested in your dice. All we want to know is just start off with some story. And they had specific questions about very specific stories that I had. It was interesting because they had cataloged. I think they had notes, dude. They had notes, and they had questions about very specific stories that I had, which is good that they had notes because, I had to rely on their notes to get back into the story.
Yeah.
But, no, it's really just your call, We have people book us, and we're happy. We have someone who's booking a meetup and is just wanting to meet us. We have another option to we do have the ability to host where me and Alex can host events. So we have like a wedding party coming up. We have some corporate functions who happen to be, like if they happen to be fans. We rent out the space, by the way, to groups. So we're doing that. We're doing a lot more group stuff, more event stuff, corporate stuff, parties, weddings. Can you imagine we might have a wedding here? That'll be a first. Can you imagine wanting to be married here?
Wait. Can Alex be the one with the, getting them wed? He's like,
Yeah, no, I'll be the flower girl.
I was gonna say he would be the flower girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
you
clarify-
ordained, buddy.
What's up?
Are you? You're
I probably should
Korean
work.
Jesus,
I
so
actually
flows
probably
through
should-
you.
I actually probably should work on that. But I just want to clarify. Yeah, the last 2 roulette with Alex, no joke. They didn't want to learn anything. They just wanted to bullshit with me.
Yeah, they
I was like, "What do you want to learn today?" He's like, "No, I just wanted to
Yeah.
spend time and talk to you." I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So,
Yeah.
worked out.
it's like, we
that's
just get a
great.
bunch of
I'll
things
bring-
after this. It's just like
Dude,
Dice
I'll
with
bring
David
some-
for the next 3 hours.
I'll bring some Cane's chicken, and we can just, we can go to lunch, whatever you want to do. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. We go to Jasmine whenever you want to go to Jasmine. Right, Derek? Right there?
We got 2 more super chats, sir.
Oh,
Real quick,
By
Paul
the way, thank
Peterson asked Alex, "You ever consider our plans to include poker into the CQ store?" We already do have poker in here, so because of our poker table, we do teach poker here already, sir. Hope all
Yes.
is well. And also to Aaron H with the $5 super chat. Klondike Hotel owner, Engelstadt, Kazumi Kazama, John Woodrum.
yeah. I'm not sure. It wasn't Ingolstadt had an interest in that. That was the IP guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It was just a big, tall, white dude. So I might have been John. I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
And then we
So
have,
it was literally the 90s.
and then we're gonna have one more super chat from Cheryl O. Thank you so much. Gonna be there for Alex's birthday at Circa. Good move. Yeah, why not? Have fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. So I worked at the IP twice, and I got to see that poor bastard there. He's no longer with us. Him in the Nazi room and the whole thing. Luckily, I wasn't party to that, thankfully. he would. Oh God, I don't know if I should talk about those stories. Those stories are rough, dude.
Well, here's my my hard transition. Labashi says, "Does Daddy David do happy endings?"
Oh my God, how is that a transition? That's not a transition. That's like a whole nother show. Maybe.
Mouth tricks.
Mouth tricks. That was a mouth tricks. I just put that out there. My mouth could not stop. All right. Can we talk about whacking patrons? Because that used to happen. Do we have any more questions? What's going on?
Wait. What?
Oh yeah, Vegas was is all business back in the day. All business. What do you got? You got something?
No, I don't have anything. You can just go on and
I can go on.
talk about the stick story.
The stick story.
The carrot.
The which one? We're not gonna talk about
baton
that.
story?
Those the cops that pushed the baton up that guy's rear. Nah, we're not gonna talk about that one. That one's
What?
That was, That was nobody cares about.
No,
that.
everyone-
I've already
dude,
said that story like 3 times.
Everyone
already.
wants to hear that story. Everyone wants to hear that.
I will say that was one of the most stunning things that I wasn't involved in it, but I was literally like,
you were the one putting it.
yeah, no, unbelievable. What's crazy about that whole story is that they didn't know that the cameras, they're cops. How do they not know that everything is wired? Everything is they watched everything. And it also happened to be an immigrant. It was a poor immigrant on top of it. It was a poor immigrant with, cops with the baton. You know what I'm saying? That did not go well. And the fact that guy was drinking before he would head to, and I'm not saying like silly drinks. I'm being like, just shots, just sitting there, just getting whacked for hours before he had to report to. Stunning. And it was funny because I would go home and watch TV, and I was with my wife at the time, and we'd be like, oh my God, that's the dude. God. And then we had to see them kicking some homeless people, getting them off it's like,
wow, really?
It's like, how much harm can this guy do? Like, he's already not in enough trouble. He's gonna go walk across the street and kick this dude. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
It was trying to get them off the grass across in the courthouse that he's reporting to, because he pushed a baton up some guy's rear. I mean, you know what I'm saying? At that point, you leave the dude alone. You know what I mean? Maybe find something else. Just beeline at the other. It was amazing. I mean, I think that back in the day, a lot of people in authority just had, huge egos. They did whatever the hell they want. So, all right. So you ready? So you want to know? Am I ready? Can I go?
Well,
Or do we have more
just to
questions?
clarify, Robert Barnes.
Yeah.
We don't
Mr.
mean
B.
whacking you guys. He means people. Casinos whacking their Patreons.
Yeah, back in the
No,
day.
patrons, not
Patrons.
Patrons.
Oh, not Patreons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Because Mr. Rob,
He's like, wait a minute.
He interpreted as whacking Patreons.
Oh, no. Like they're customers.
Yeah.
So I have a few stories. So one of the really famous stories was a guy who we heard about it, and I was working downtown at the time, but this happened at the Four Queens. They have a little cafe, which is kind of cool, by the way, because the cafe they have sort of sits over. You can see onto the casino floor. By the way, they have Hugo's Cellar, which is literally fantastic. Those of you who've been out to Hugo's Cellar, Four Queens has lost its bit of its luster, but Hugo's Cellar, holy smoke! What do you got there? A little ding-a-ling?
Wait, we got a super chat, and I actually want to read this one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sizzler says.
Scissor?
Sizzler?
Oh, Sizzler.
Sizzler.
We
Gave
love
us 10
Sizzler.
pounds. Says, who wins in an arm wrestle between David and Alex? Winner gets their own segment. Kino versus Andar Bahar. Let's get it on.
What do you think, buddy?
Right here, right now?
God.
Right here, right now?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, look,
Right here,
he's got
right
some
now?
arms on him, buddy.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Right here,
Wow.
right now?
Holy
I don't know if you see
smokes.
that. Yeah, there you go.
There's a sim population. Like-
Everyone wants to see this arm wrestle.
The arm
right now.
wrestle? I used to arm wrestle students for the certificate.
What?
Yeah, no. Students used to always come up to me and go, oh my God, I'm a week in. Can I get my certificate? And I'd be like, no. But if you arm wrestle me, you can. And they'd be like, oh, never mind. Like somehow that was the thing. All right, what else you got? You got something else?
Oh, just to clarify, I'll never arm wrestle David. I'll only arm wrestle my death gripper on myself. That's it. Pretty much.
Oh, he spends, that grip is saved. It's reserved.
Yeah.
It's reserved.
Yeah, I'm spent after that, so.
We were talking about, so this guy is up there eating like $1.99,
Okay.
and he runs out of the bill. And I won't say what casino it is. Let me just say the casino I referenced earlier, it may or may not have been that casino in a dream. Okay, because I don't want to.
Just like the roll to win in a dream.
Yeah, in a dream. They shot his ass. They $1.99 breakfast. They just whacked him, dude. They just said, listen, the guy didn't pay, and he was walking out. Security guard was like, listen here, buddy. You don't have the money for those eggs and toast, dude. We're taking you out. That was a big deal, dude. People used to get shot for silly stuff. Or God forbid, you didn't play along. One of the casinos that was really famous for really roughing up their client, there were 2 places here in town. It was the Horseshoe and the Crazy Horse. The Crazy Horse, man. What are you looking at? What's going on? I don't understand. It's so distracting seeing you read all this stuff and then not knowing. I feel like I'm missing out.
You could pull up the chat.
I know, but the chat makes me nervous, dude.
The chat is fine.
It's
our peeps.
It's our peeps.
It's our peeps.
So, you guys have probably heard the story. I used to go to Crazy Horse quite a bit, and so what they would do, they had a tendency. That place is closed, by the way, and they're so like bankrupted and lost, and they lost this huge lawsuit that I don't think they could sue me for this one. So let's just say we pretty clear this happened. Actually, I know it. I had a friend of mine whose dad worked there as a bartender. And they would lure you in, and they would sort of take your credit card. When you went in there, you're like, hey, here's my credit card. And I don't know how people thought this was a good practice, but they took your credit card. And unless you literally sat at the beer and just bought your own beer and just never moved. But if you worked the stage, do you know what working the stage is? Have you done that?
I've never.
Working the stage is getting close to the stage and putting dollars. You know what I'm saying? So if you work the stage and you're getting drinks, because they start upcharging for drinks there. The minute you get close and now you're excited. And then you can go get the private dance. And the private dance requires a whole nother level of investment, dude.
Yeah.
A whole nother level of investment. And so they would take these guys' cards and they would whack the card for like ridiculous amounts of money. And if you didn't sign off on that and agree to it, they'd be like, listen, you're gonna have a date with Guido out back.
Guido?
Yeah. Oh no, seriously. I mean, if anybody's out there who's named Guido, I apologize, but I'm gonna go with Guido. And they had these really big dudes that would be like, "Hey, here's your card, and here's your bill." And if you didn't sign it and take your card, they just like, "Let me help you do your car, sir," that kind of thing. Well, one guy they did that to, and there's no humor here, but they messed this poor guy up, put him in a wheelchair, and he sued. He sued and won, and then now the place is closed. They lost their ass. They had their ass handed.
Well, yeah,
to
the
them.
guy died too, and the family didn't.
Oh, he finally passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. He never even collected on it.
No, 100%, because they just closed up. They closed shop. But they were famous for this, man. I mean, I could tell you countless stories of friends of mine that would go in there and get a $500 bill and be like, dude, I got whacked at the Crazy Horse, and they were just known for doing this. And they finally had a few people obviously said no and took them to court or got into altercations, but that was always a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, what else do we got? We got something else?
Well, we got some super chats.
Oh, really?
More
Wow,
super chats.
That's fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Wow, firing up today. Derek Sleva, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, when David going to get a boat so we can get a boat party?
God, I'd love to have a boat. Love to sail, dude. I love to sail. We got to have a boat. Well, imagine that, just going out to international waters, just inviting. Well, that would be the greatest meetup ever, dude.
CQ boat.
A CQ boat. Wow.
That would actually be pretty cool. Like
That would be cool.
you're moving around.
That
We
would be
teach people
cool.
how to play.
I know how to sail, believe it or not. I actually know how to sail. I sailed when I was a kid.
You just tell people which port we're gonna be at.
Which port? Oh, we'd be at the same port, dude. We'd have a buoy out there, marked. We'd go out 3 miles, boom. Casino, boom, come back. What do you mean port?
No, I mean like a casino quest, like not a casino.
Oh, like you would be able to find us?
We'll sail across the sea, and then you'll be like, okay, we'll be at this port this day.
Oh my God, this guy. Yeah, we're gonna be at the Greek islands next week at some point, and then we're gonna be at the Bahamas just right after that. Just gonna do a lot of Trans-Pacific, maybe Hawaii. Look at you, buddy. Just
Dude.
put it out there.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
because
do
it's
it.
so easy. Oh
Let's
my
do
God.
it. What
Yeah,
are you
let's do
doing?
it.
Why are
We're
we
gonna
doing
need a
this?
few new locations. Hey, by the way, before we're done today, we gotta let everybody in on the news. So since this is mostly just hardcore fans, it's like how many people we have out there? Like 12?
260.
262.
Holy smokes! Really? Really?
No, yes, really.
I don't think you guys would lie about that. But anyways, all right. What's next?
A couple things real quick. Greg, thank you so much for being a CEG member. He says, everyone answers 6 to midnight where you're at. I'm like around 9 o'clock. How about you, David?
Wait a minute.
You're from 6 to midnight. And then what about Dennis?
My glasses are getting fuzzy.
Yes.
I think he's always somewhere. He's at that age still where he's, you know what I mean?
I'm just midnight.
He's
You're just midnight?
I know.
And
No.
how's the tissue and lotion holding up?
Right now, I'm like a 6er. I'm a little tired.
You're like, is this standing room only over here? What's going on?
All right. And we got one more super chat real quick, and then I'll back to you, sir.
All right, good.
Greg, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says, Papa, any good stories from the military?
Oh, dude. I mean, I know we have so many military people. I mean, I had a story I shared. So this is going to be a little bit humorous, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. But it's hard to convey what young people get into when you enter the military. And I believe now, so nowadays, if you read what's going on, and I'm assuming it's true, they can't swear at you when you're in basic training. You can actually call for timeouts, which I'm sorry, but dude, can you imagine being in, like, you're under attack, or you're on the front lines and you're like, excuse me, wait a second, I gotta adjust here. Can you imagine calling timeouts? Like, how is that a thing?
Wait, that's
like,
actually a thing?
No, that's 100% a thing. They
I thought
actually
that
have.
was a joke.
No, that's not a joke. So they have these little cards you can throw out if you're ever under too much anxiety. You could be like, hello, wait a second, I need my therapist, or I gotta call mom. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I want to call mommy. Did I say that? I said that, yeah. Because I just think it's a little silly, man. I think it's a little laughable. And the drill sergeants can't swear.
They can't swear?
That used to be, that's like part of the memory. That's part of the whole thing. I knew one drill sergeant that I don't think had anything but swears. I think that's his whole vocabulary was like 3 swear words. And the cattle trucks now, shocking you with the cattle trucks. They don't do the cattle trucks anymore. I mean, what do they do? Like, they have like a shuttle bus escort you over with your bags, and then they have like valet. Because that used to be the thing, dude. They would drop you off in this big ass field with all your stuff, right? You would go from like MEPS early entry. I was an early entry, but you'd go from like some really nice intake center, and you would stay there for a day or two, and you would eat nice, dude. Nice. You looking over here? You looking over here? You would eat so nice, right? And then all of a sudden they drop you off in this field with your stuff, 2 bags or whatever the case is. And the next thing you look on the horizon, there's cattle trucks on the way, and you're like, why the hell are they moving cows? Like, what's going on? Why would they have cattle trucks? First of all, I grew up in the city. I didn't even know what the hell a cattle truck was. I just saw these metal tin flipping trucks. What the hell? And now all of a sudden they escort your ass onto the thing with the cattle trucks. And then when you get off, you got to hold your bags, and the drill sergeant start yelling at you. It's all about, having a sort of high impact, breaking down all of your BS. You know what I mean? Are you with me? You follow me?
I'm just following the chat. People. Well, Paul is saying that you can't swear, just not at the soldier.
Oh, well, God forbid. Don't want to swear at you. Can't swear. Are you kidding me? That's the difference. Like, listen here. It's okay to swear, but just don't point it at anybody. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. The other thing is, nowadays you get meal breaks. Because I get it. It's a whole new generation. They want to recruit people, and they want to make it friendly. But we didn't have meal breaks, dude. You had to shovel your food in. In fact, I learned the 1-inch rule. When I went, I had to have only 1 inch. If your face was only more than 1 inch from your food, you had to let go of your utensils, hold your hands out at the side, and you would have to push your face into 1 inch, and then of course you would just shove your face in it, whatever it was. You had 1 inch. You had to, because you're like, I had my drill sergeant was Drill Sergeant Caraballo, okay. And because you had to shovel. You didn't have lunch break, dude, or dinner break. This was basic training. It's kind of to break you down and eliminate a lot of the nonsense you have, at home, where you have actual utensils and you have time to eat, because you don't know when you might not have time to eat. You might have to go. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. And nowadays, this whole thing. So here's my one little story that was a bit shocking for me. So when I went to Fort Benning, I had to stay in the older barracks. And they were building the nice brick barracks. They're all bricked up over there, those barracks. Literally, yeah. So they were building these new barracks, and I was literally like a day away from being in this new barracks. Well, up until that point, I had never showered with another man before, okay?
Why do you have to say it that way?
Did I say it wrong? Did I say it wrong? Okay, so
checklist, bucket list, done. There you go.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. So I'm it's my very first night, and I'm little. You can't help but be a little scared. I might have been a lot scared, to be honest with you, because after the whole cattle truck thing being dropped off, and now we're choosing cots, and the cots are wired down, and I'm getting all this information all at once. It's a bit jarring, dude. It's a little bit jarring, just so you know. Especially, I grew up in a middle-class upper middle-class family. Never really had to do much cooking for myself or cleaning for myself. You know what I mean? I was a pretty pampered kid, for the most part, right? and now I'm going into being, like in a seriously shocking way. And so then you got to shower. And you wake up and there's like literally ass. It's like all this ass, and I'm like, holy crap, where do I shower? Like, where's my booth? Like, because I was always used to having my own room and my own, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go shower, I'm gonna close the door, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna shower, clean myself up. That's not an option. At these barracks literally had a head. And the head is the front of the barracks where you clean yourself. They didn't even have doors on the
So what's that thing guy you didn't drop the soap?
No, you drop. Everybody's drop. What are you talking about? Soap's slippery, dude. There's a lot of, and there's no strings because normally you have a string on the soap. That's how you can hold it together, dude. Holding the soap alone. So then they have like where you go to the bathroom, and there's no doors, dude. There's no doors. Whoever thought of this? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't have a door. Like, what am I gonna do here? I was petrified. I don't think. Listen, I didn't shower I had to shower that very first day, and I ran into the back. I was so nervous. I had so much anxiety from that, and I don't think I pooped for like a week, dude. I couldn't do it. And finally, I got to some NCO quarters, and I was able to sneak away and just like quite literally not kill myself. But that took a minute. That was called growth.
We're so off the rails. How did we go
That's a casino story. That's some gambling right there, buddy. That's a lot of gambling. We're talking about gambling.
Dealer story to this.
No, 100%.
What?
Anyways, that's gambling. That's called that's gambling in the military.
That's gambling with dropping the soap, dude.
But luckily, I think nowadays they have like stalls and they have the curtains.
They do.
So
you don't have to experience it anymore.
Nah, you don't have to. You never have to shower with another man if you don't want to. It's up to you.
You don't have to shower. What?
But that wasn't an option when I was in the military. I'm just saying. All right, moving on. Good Lord, man. Can we please move on? Jesus. All right, what else do we got? That's one of my stories. Oh my God. Anyways, moving on. What else you got? You got anything else?
You got more stories.
Is there a lot of commentary over here?
I'm just looking at there's a shit ton of questions here.
That brought up some questions?
While we're going on a soap tangent.
Oh God, we're on a soap tangent?
Yeah. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Let's see here. I'm trying to find like actual appropriate questions.
Instead of just statements of record.
Yeah.
A lot of statements of record.
How do you feel about that, Dennis?
Yeah, I know.
Look, I'm just shocked that we got this story out of all the stories you could have told.
Hey,
this is the story you have to say.
These are the things that you have to.
The soap story. Dude, the soap story.
I got you guys. The next one is my sweating bosses stuff. A lot of sweaty bosses.
I thought you were about to say something else.
Real quick,
yes.
This is actually a really good question.
Go.
So GSA asked, with less hands being played at higher limits, why do you think so many table games mega jackpots are hitting? Shouldn't it take longer for these hands to hit?
Mega jackpot as far as the tables go?
Like the progressive jackpots, like Ultimate Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow. It seems like a lot of jackpots are hitting.
No, I think it's just because the play is up. I mean, tables are just packed for the most part. I mean, it depends. I'm guessing a lot of those are just casinos that are frequented well. I've seen a lot of the Pai Gow jackpots hit, and remember, there's.
I think part of it too is social media. I mean, more people are posting those type of wins.
And sharing those stories, but the casinos do, obviously. That's like a big thing. They put it in the RJ. All the local media. Will push those stories out. And that's definitely been a game changer as well. So more people are hearing about them. But there's more play. There's more asses in seats, strangely enough. I mean, the tables are busy. And people are catching on to a lot more of these, carnival games, Pai Gow tables, that kind of thing. And look, Ultimate Texas Hold'em has a handle. We played a game the other day, Big Pineapple, which believe it or not, we had a lot of fun on that game. There's no doubt about it. If you haven't seen the Big Pineapple one, and this isn't a, we didn't say we're going to shout out the game or anything like that. It was honestly a lot of fun. It's a well thought out. It's Ultimate Texas Hold'em with a Big Pineapple bonus, and it plays very well. It plays very easily. If you know Ultimate Texas Hold'em, you'll fit into that game. But yeah, I think it's more people are just seeing them more. It's the same way like on a Keno machine. If you pay attention to one side, you'll see those side hits, and you'll think that's what's hitting more. You follow?
Yeah, there's a word for it. I forgot what it was.
Yeah. So I don't think that they're paying out any more than normal, and I don't even think that slot machines are paying out any more than normal. I remember when Megabucks hit like 3 times back to back in the course of like a couple weeks, and it's because it hadn't hit for like, you know, forever, and people thought it was hitting more frequently. It wasn't hitting more frequently. It was just sort of catching up to itself.
Yeah, plus it's all RNG, right? So just because you know, it doesn't mean it has to be spaced out perfectly. It could hit back to back to back and then not hit for a while.
So that's not really true on the table game progressives. So like with Let It Ride, things like this. I remember I opened a casino with Let It Ride at the time, and we dealt out like 3 royals at one point, and they shut the game down because it was paying out too well. People just get really lucky. So you know, there are some RNG games or RNG elements on progressives, but on these table games, not so much. They just have to put a lot of hands in play, right? And then or just people just getting super lucky, and you have to hope that the casino's not giving away too much, you know. So there's that. All right, what else you got?
Let's see here. I'm going through the questions here. They're asking, is Big Pineapple in Vegas anywhere, or were you just trialing it?
It was just a trial.
Yeah, so we just did a demo. So I mean, I've worked for 13 casinos, right, over the course of my lifetime. I've opened 3. And I played a role in some of the decision making when it came to you know, the table dynamics, you know, the kinds of games, kind of payoffs on the table, that kind of thing. And for the most part, most of these carnival games don't get approved. They just don't make it. Either the math is wrong, or it takes too long to learn. Most casinos are looking for tables where literally 15 seconds. They have to be that easy. The customers have to be able to come up and almost instantly know how to play. Like when you sit down at a blackjack table, like it's whoever gets the closest to 21 without going over. That's it. You know, welcome to the game. I mean, obviously casinos have all the surrender. There's all different, you know, sort of parts to it. But in terms of the basic play, Pai Gow even also is as long as you know poker, it's not the hardest game. It's a little harder, right? Craps obviously takes a minute, but for the most part, casinos aren't interested in games where there's too much difficulty. Or, by the way, if you're looking at developing your own game, or if you're trying to introduce new things to the casino floor, we actually saw a game that was a lot of fun at G2E, one of the G2Es, and it was a table game, but it introduced all these different sorts of cards and props and things like this, and casinos aren't really interested in making that investment. They want to use the same cards, the same dice, the same basic equipment they're using. Anytime you introduce something completely new, much higher threshold to get in. Yeah. So a lot of these tables that have come up with some really innovative things that play out on the games don't necessarily become a thing because, the casino is not interested in sort of changing the dynamic on the game. But this Big Pineapple, it just uses a regular deck of cards. It's essentially Ultimate Texas Hold'em with a premium a premium jackpot, and it played well. That's the thing. So while we were playing it, it actually played well. And if the math is right, that bodes well for customers. Because if I'm playing any carnival game, I want to be able to play. I don't want to just have a thing where we've come across some games where they just have a really high, you know, jackpot. You play for this jackpot, but for 10 hands you get nothing, and then you win some. You know what I mean? You know, I think that a better sort of curve on the game is people, you know, winning, losing, you know, being able to stay in and stay in there, you know, ass in the seat kind of thing.
Like Pai Gow.
Like Pai Gow, but so this doesn't play quite like that because there are bonuses, so it's a little more aggressive. Pai Gow's 50-50, dude. You can sit and get wasted on a Pai Gow table. I used to come with $100 at the Mirage, play $25 a hand, and just sit there all day because most times you're just gonna push. You can even find a casino that plays super conservatively, doesn't go for the win, and those casinos you can just literally sit back at all day long. Some casinos play more aggressively, some casinos set differently. Of course, if you play at a casino that still allows the players to deal, then you're up against the player. The player can set their hand and be aggressive or whatever the case is. But these other carnival games, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, it plays like Ultimate Texas Hold'em. Okay. So Ultimate Texas Hold'em is kind of a win-lose. It's not 50-50 so much as, you know, you end up putting a lot of money out there, and you can get whacked pretty quickly. You got to come in with some real money, or hope to take advantage of some of the wins. But this game played well. But we were actually, all three of us, four hands we played, stayed in the mix. That's the key. True. Anyways, all right, go ahead.
I just want to mention there's a game out there that's like from India that's like I feel like has a chance.
Oh God, is it? Does it rhyme with a Bahar?
Yeah, it's Bandar, Ahar, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like it has opportunity, but you know, what do I know?
The same letters as ABBA?
Yeah. We do have two more super chats, sir.
Yeah, I think Anda Bahar would do if you could figure out the math and work out the math, like instead of it just being, just.
Well, it seems like a 50-50 game, no?
I mean, it's a pretty aggressive game. I don't know what the math is.
It's the side bets. That's what it is. So.
The side bets will work you over, but I
Yeah.
think it does have I think it's a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I really enjoy it. Plus, it's simple as hell.
Yeah, stadium version.
Well,
Oh,
go ahead, Alex.
easy.
Tell us the super chats.
Just to clarify, I think Stadium and our Bahar with Stadium Sickbo will be fantastic.
Wow.
Okay. Great Grambo, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says, hey, hello CQ team, CEG team. If the time ever comes for some time away from the casinos in Deadwood, they're all $5, $10 tables. I think David would enjoy the history. I wouldn't actually mind taking some hiking trips and hanging out in
Yeah, where's
South
Deadwood?
Dakota. South Dakota.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of some really cool tables. We heard of a table the other day that's in Washington, where you sit down.
Oh, yeah, Washington, yeah.
Everybody sits down at the table. $5 game. We love it. I'm in. Are you kidding me? You have to
high?
actually sit down too. I mean, the rails must be low. Obviously, you got to sit down.
How high are the seats? Like, are you sitting over, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh right. I don't know, dude. I haven't played
Well,
there.
we got to go.
I would love to do it. You know what we should do, Alex? Like a tour and go out and just get people to invite us out. We can stay with you. You know what I'm saying?
Stay with you.
Yeah, 'cause
What?
we don't want to pay for hotel rooms, dude. What the hell is the purpose? We want to go and immerse ourselves with the locals. We want to be an immersive have as immersive experience as possible. That's the best way to do it. That's how I went through Mexico and Guatemala and all that. I mean, you just stay
Okay,
with the
but
locals.
that was different circumstance, okay?
Can we actually convince David for all of us to get time off?
To which
Dennis, your
one?
thoughts?
What did he say?
Look,
Can
I
we
just need
convince
nap
David
time.
to give us
Look,
time off?
look.
Oh, time off.
I don't
Oh.
even need the time off. I just need
Well, here,
work
I
to
got-
have nap time.
Can I? Okay, but do I have any more? Well, we're gonna do Spuddy. We're actually. So can I do the news? Can we do a little news?
Well, let him read the last super chat. There's one
Oh,
more.
there's
Yeah,
one
one more
more.
super chat.
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
jokes
Thank you
aside.
guys. Yes.
Thank you, Greg. $2 super chat says, Dennis, have you picked a favorite adult beverage?
Not really. I haven't gotten a chance to drink too many different adult beverages. I did, believe it or not, I don't care what anyone says. I did like the Long Island iced tea. It was good.
What do you mean you don't care? The Long Island iced tea is a great drink.
It's a
dude.
great. I
know
like
what I
I like the Malibu I drank too. By the way. It
When's
was
your
good.
quinceanera? Is
Oh
that
my
past?
God.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
I used to love Long Island iced teas, dude. They're fantastic. They'll get you whacked. You won't even know it, dude. That's the greatest thing about it.
It tastes like lemonade.
It does. It really does. It tastes unlike alcoholic beverage. And it's all alcohol. It's a ton of alcohol.
For Alex's a B-day, I'll go out and try. I'll try a couple things. If you want to give me a drink, I'll take it.
You know what? The other one like that is soju. Look at him. Isn't that what it's called? Soju, the one that
Yeah.
tastes like
Yes.
mangoes?
Soju's pretty good, but you know.
Oh my God! I took Reno out.
Yeah.
Me and Reno went for lunch
Dude, soju's
at a
just juice.
at a Korean
Just tastes like
barbecue
juice.
place, and he starts ordering soju. And next thing you know, I'm looking at him, and I'm drinking this soju, and it tastes literally like juice. And he's beet red. He's a dealer, by the way. He's like a dealer. We're working through some
Rampart.
issues. Yeah, he's a dealer at the Rampart. He's a high limit dealer, dude. He went from being a lack of confidence non-dealer to a absolutely confident dealer on his way. I think he's getting married. He's either married. No one sees him anymore. He's busy. But he's doing this soju, and all of a sudden he's turning beet red. I'm like, what the hell is the matter with you? He's like, I'm allergic to alcohol. I'm like, what alcohol? He's like, this is alcohol. This juice. I couldn't believe it. It was so good.
Yeah, no, dude, soju is fire.
So
okay?
I drove us back to the school, and of course we had one of the other instructors in there. Is like, what the hell have you been doing? And I'm like, have you been getting this student drunk on lunch?
It's like, no, he's been getting me drunk.
I know. I'm
yeah.
like, dude, well, we didn't know. Well, I didn't drink.
Look.
Once I realized.
Soju is really good because it
delicious.
doesn't taste like
Yeah,
alcohol.
no,
It
that
just
scares the
tastes-
crap out of me.
tastes
I
like
want,
juice.
I want my alcohol to taste like alcohol. So
No,
know
I just
it's-
want to get wax sword.
Really? Oh my God, dude! I just want you to get a haircut and call it a day.
What's with you and the
Jesus.
haircut? I get a haircut every so often now.
I know, cause.
Do you want me to just go bald? I'll pull off the Alex
Jesus,
haircut.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
All right. Well, here
Okay,
we go.
one more,
Ready?
one more. Another super
What,
chat
another one?
again.
Oh my God! Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Drew, thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, what's your favorite Baccarat strategy? I got whacked playing Martingale. Bet against the streak, 3,200 loss. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, Martingale is just doesn't bode well.
Stop
It really
loss
does. It's terrible. I mean, because ultimately it leads to bad things. All right. So what's your favorite strategy?
Honestly,
On roulette?
you
I'm
should-
not. Yeah.
Go inside Discord, talk to Canadian DJ. He's like the Baccarat, like
Oh, on
Martingale,
Baccarat?
yeah, king.
Oh
so
yeah. No.
go in there and talk to him inside Discord, Drew. If you need access, let me know. We'll give you access to 69 Diamond. Just type in the main chat.
I like how everyone's giving out drinks for me to drink, and now
they
I'm like,
love it.
oof.
This is the DGen channel, dude. They have all the drinks.
Look,
requests for
I'll
everybody.
take the drinks. If it's Alex's birthday party, I'll do it. But if I have to go to work next
What
day,
I don't understand is he's like the anti-gravity dude. And he doesn't even need a whole lot of drinks to get. I mean, I guess he can like drink a little bit though, huh? I'm a lightweight. Like
it
you
depends.
have no idea.
Don't give me SoCo, because SoCo whacks me immediately.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But if you give me like vodka, for some reason I can take vodka with no problem.
What? Oh my God! Really?
Give me Tito's all day. Tito's
What is that? I don't even know what half this stuff is. Just give me some good dry Italian wine.
give me
dude.
soju.
Soju. There you go. All right. Well, anyways, are we moving back to stories? Are we like?
Yep.
If you just tell me where I'm at, what I need to do, just
Continue, sir.
guide me along my path, dude. Guide me along. That shirt looks fantastic on. Do they know we have these for sale in the store?
Wait.
Hey.
Switch the camera. ShopCasinoQuest.com.
Oh God, we'll throw that in. There.
Shop-
How
shop
organic of you, sir?
casinoquest.com.
How organic. Did they see the rooster? They see the rooster. I was
Yeah.
gonna call it something else, but there is a rooster there. That's for Alex's Alex stuff. His what was the other one that I stepped on and broke, dude? I stepped
My
on it.
eggplant.
I stepped on the Alex's eggplant. No, it was on the, why is everything sound so terrible on this channel? Like, why can't you? These are normal English words, and we're just kind of screwed together. Like, why does everything sound like we're doing something else? Holy crap! I mean, literally. I stepped on his eggplant.
How's your eggplant?
Oh God, how's your eggplant, buddy? And the rooster, they told me I had to get special guidance not to talk about my rooster. Or the rooster.
Your rooster?
Well, because we don't want to, you know what I mean? Anyways, all right, let's move on. Hey, we got sweating bosses. So, we've all had a lot of sweating bosses. You ready? Anybody know? What we got? You're always looking down. Don't look down over there. Look
I'm
over
looking
here.
at the chat.
Interact with the damn channel.
I'm trying to interact with the peeps.
So if you guys play enough, you'll probably see some weird stuff going on, especially if you start winning money, right? Especially if you start winning money, the bosses, they call it sweating. Some casinos now, they don't even care. And a lot of people that think they're betting a lot and think they're winning a lot, most casinos really don't care. I hear on Crash, and I'm going to put one myth to bed. I've never seen someone backed off a table for winning too much money. Never. Not once. I've heard stories of people saying they have. I've never seen it in a million years. And I've seen tables dump millions of dollars, especially high limit $500 tables with 300,000 buy-ins, this kind of thing, 300,000. And no one has ever been denied access to the game. Be like, hey, excuse me, sir, you're winning too much money. You're too good a player. Now, on Blackjack, I've seen people backed off for counting cards, even if they weren't counting cards. If there's any suspicion that you're counting cards and and that's the reason why you're winning, they will back you off. But if you're just an aggressive player, they want that money back. They figure you're getting lucky, and if you're there long enough, they'll get it back. They're never going to back you off. I mean, that's just the thing. I've never seen any player denied a game. Now, if you're going to cause problems, and you're, let's just say a weird, funky kind of player. There's a few weird, funky kind of players. They may say, listen, we're not interested in your action. Even if you have a ton of money to spend, they just don't care. Because the casino doesn't want the hassle of dealing to you. That's all.
Especially if on a craps game. If you slow down a craps game, they're not making money on the other players.
Yeah, no, that's it. Unless you're at this other casino we went to the other day. We had it was one roll every 2 minutes, 3 minutes because the guy's busy miking the dice. You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen that before. I've never seen it. I've spoke to a few bosses since then, and we've never heard of it. In fact, that's kind of the silliest thing to do is take. I don't know. Anyway, so that's a great example of someone who just is sweating the money. And by the way, he wasn't so much sweating the money as he was sweating the card. So for some of you that play craps, the real big disconnect on some tables is going from green checks to black checks. And the reason for that is that a lot of these, downtown casinos or older casinos, depends on most casinos really, I guess, is they have a card on the game and they have to track all the blacks that go out. In fact, some casinos have to call it in from the podium. They'll be like, hey, Mr. Smith walked with 6 black or whatever. So that way when you go to cash them in or exchange them at the table, they know who's walking with what. So Alex had a bet up to $450, and they left it in green. They left it all in green, $450 bet in green, and they were going to pay it all in green. This guy was not going to pull out those blacks unless the green. There were no more green left on that table. And that sometimes it could be a little sweating the money, but for the most part, that it's just a lazy box person who doesn't want to update that card, doesn't want to start slinging black. And by slinging black, I mean putting the black out there for the dealers to use. The other part of that is if you have new dealers, or dealers that are kind of weak and they're not able to manage, higher level action, a lot of times you don't want to put out high value checks because on a crap game, the dynamic with those checks is a bit different. And so if you put out high value checks to a low value dealer, it can be rough, especially like who's getting what, tracking the checks that are going on the table. They're already making a ton of mistakes. And it can be difficult. So I don't know if now the miking the dice, that's sweating. That's a boss sweating, the 100%. But leaving the checks and not putting out the black until absolutely necessary is really about laziness than it is about sweating the game. So more or less. But I've gone through the gamut of sweaty bosses. So the one sweaty boss that I worked with way in the very beginning of my career, you basically would show up at work, you would look under your crap table, and if you saw pennies, you knew your boss was pissed. He was going to be in a bad mood. You better just own the table, do your stuff, not hawk the dice. You had to just pay attention. If there were no pennies, the boss was in a great mood. The pit was winning, and you can go there and just be happy, you know what I mean? And not be so, wound up. But man, if you saw pennies, there were days I would come in and I would see rolls of pennies, dude, like a pile of pennies. This poor bastard. The pit would just be losing so much money. One time I asked, one of the times when we had literally so many pennies. So this same boss came up to me with a salt shaker one time. I swear to God, he came with a salt shaker.
What?
And was doing salt over. He was doing salt over. Someone in the chat might know why this is the thing. Basically, tossing salt over your shoulder apparently is for either for luck or to change luck or something like this. And he got tired of salting his own neck, so he started salting the dealers, like going over the he'd be like, lean down a little bit, let me get you here.
What?
No, seriously, swear to
What?
God, same dude. He only salted me one time.
Wait, so I just gotta get a clear picture.
Yeah, 100%.
He brought his own salter.
I don't know if it was his salt or he just took it from the cafe. It was a little white
Wait,
salt. I'm
so
pretty
he
sure it's
just
from the
bring it.
cafe. So
And-
what he does is he'll do like this, the salt over your, he'll throw salt. There's something about this. Someone older than me knows why this is a thing, where they put salt over you throw salt over your shoulder. It's
Some
either-
people asking why the pennies. What do the pennies do?
I mean, so I asked one time, first of all, like, what's the goal? Like, what how much is it? First of all, how much are you losing with all these pennies? Because some days it would be literally a pile of pennies, maybe 100 pennies. I mean, the guy was literally,
Really?
he was like, oh, he's crazy, batshit crazy. And he's like, so one day that it wasn't that the table was down, but the table was at risk. It was at risk. It was the end of the month, and so some of these bosses would rely on a bonus. So if the pit won money for that, this boss would like get a bonus, and if the pit was not winning money, you know what I mean? We've heard some really tremendous stories about a pit losing like a ton of money on the very last day of the month or whatever, and the boss getting screwed out of their bonus. You follow? Because one player can come in and whack you. Somebody that plays aggressive, takes the money. But man, every day, dude, they would come in. I would just look under the damn table and be just, okay, there's only one penny. If there was only a couple pennies, we'd be like, maybe this is, I can deal with this. It's no big deal. But if there was a pile of pennies, holy crap! And if you hawk the dice, dude, when there was by that I mean like he caught you looking at those dice, and they would do this thing called window washering the dice. They would go, but like he'd be like, listen, let's get the window washer going.
What?
So the window washer is when the stick man is moving the dice so fast, it's like a window washer. They just keep the dice moving. You're 2 rows behind
like
every
the
roll.
stick.
The stick, window washer. Let's window washer the dice. The greatest thing is, so when he was, I would piss him off on a whole nother level, because I was just known to call up big hands, dude. I would start up in the stick, and back in the day there was not America's Got Talent, it was Star Search, and he'd be like, here comes the next Star Search contestant, he would say. Because I would about to sing a hand. I was gonna be, and he'd be like, David, have you won Star Search yet, dude? Are you a celebrity? Because you gave away all my money. He's like, maybe that's your next career. Oh yeah, he would talk so much crap, man. I always thought he really just hated me. He would almost make me nervous if he wasn't so miserable. You know what I mean? I just could imagine this guy just going home, Just miserable, dude. He's so miserable.
I have to say this because I
What?
found this
Go ahead.
hilarious. People in the chat are saying the dealer's got assaulted.
Yeah, no, 100%. I was always so stunned. I mean, you're salting me, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing with the damn salt? Like, how is this even a thing? Like, you know what I mean? He would talk so much crap. This is the same guy who would change the bowl. He actually had me. He's like, listen, I'm gonna change this bowl. And he would sit there, and he would talk so much shit to me. And I'm like, listen here, buddy. Listen here. I had a shower with other men. Okay, I had a shower. I've been through basic training. I mean, he didn't scare me in that sense. It was always just more ridiculous that.
You were being salted.
Like I was being salted, yeah. He would literally salt the people. But anyways,
Salt the people.
now the real question is, did it ever have any impact? And of course not. Like never. And by the way, when he would talk shit about the Star Search thing, he's like, hey, you and Ed McMahon go way back, huh? He's like, how many times you been on Star Search? He'd always talk shit about damn Star Search. He's like, there comes David's gonna sing a hand. What a voice you got, man. We gotta get you on a label. You know, he would just sit there, and I would laugh, and then he would get even more pissed. He would just be like, you're giving away all my money today. And I mean, what are you gonna do, man?
Well, really quickly, we got a super chat. You want to read it, Alex?
Yeah, we got 3 of them real quick here.
Thank
you. Let's see here. Kimchi 4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. I'm assuming Korean. Thank you. If you ever come to WinStar and see a dealer who looks 12, run away. I'm so lucky you're gonna lose your life savings. Interesting. Yeah, pretty sure he's Korean for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, I might come visit WinStar because my best friend Micah, he lives in Dallas.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, next time I'm in Dallas,
We
to go
might
visit.
be in Dallas.
Yeah.
North of Dallas. Where was
Yeah.
that one?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
was that city? We were trying to figure it out
Yeah,
today.
no, Frisco. It's north of Dallas.
Yeah, Frisco. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're thinking about, because we would love to train some dealers for the Oklahoma, that whole market up there.
We're working on
That's
it.
the goal.
Working
All
on
right,
it.
what else you got?
Alan Toy, $2 super chat. I heard someone say pennies, ears perk up.
Oh, I know. By the way, Alan got picked up some fantastic Morgan dollars the other day.
Really?
A Burners coin. Carson City. Those are the biggies.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got to buy those, man. What you got to do is just go up to Carson City and get out the metal detector and just find something there in the ground, dude, because those are worth some money. They supposedly, the Mormons were up there hiking around, and they probably dropped some coins. You know what I mean? There's a big, like, trove of silver that's missing that's never been accounted for. Supposedly, like, a bunch of, literally, like, a bunch. That's the rumor, anyway. People have been looking for it forever, by the way.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah, it's like millions of dollars worth of silver and gold.
Well, we have another super chat.
Oh,
One more super chat.
What do you got?
Mr. Rob Barnes, thank you for $5 super chat. Can I
Mr.
get
B.
clarification on August meetup? I have flights and room on the last weekend of the month.
Oh, really? Last weekend? So we, I mean, you want to just shoot still for the last. So there's a competing event on the last weekend.
With one of the casinos we might work with.
Yeah, so we're probably either looking to do it the weekend of the 20th or that very last weekend. We will. Let's do this. Let's set a date by next Sunday. We'll know for sure. We'll lock it down.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
We'll reach out and be like, listen, we got our fans are on the,
Booking their flights,
on
booking
the
their
fence,
rooms.
ready
Yeah.
to go. Yeah, and we want to give you guys plenty of time. In fact, so we have a few different updates with that is we want to have a big ass pizza party. We're gonna lower the price. We're gonna invite everybody. So that place you went to, Genie's, they make fantastic pizza.
Well, if you're a Patreon, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so we had it for Patreons, but we're gonna make it available. We can fit 100. They supposedly they can fit 150 people into that venue. So we're hoping to get everybody up there. We've already talked to them about having a pizza party, and we're thinking like $20-$25 a person.
And the
but-
pizzas are pretty good, by the way.
But it's gourmet pizzas. It's really good. That's what they're known for. They have that brick oven. They got a bricked up oven in there.
It's pretty good. It's definitely worth.
See how I used that in
going.
a sentence, dude? Did you see how I worked that in?
Look, I just try to pretend like you didn't say anything and
I know.
move
You
on.
tried to just roll over that, dude. Thanks a lot,
Look,
buddy.
Boomer and Zoomer communication
Oh
here
my
isn't
God.
really working.
Is that what
wow.
you are, Zoomer?
Zoomer, yeah, we're called
Yeah, that's
Zoomers.
what they call that
No
generation now.
way.
Yeah.
Did you remember the show Zoom?
Which, be more specific.
Oh my God. There used to be a show Zoom when I was a kid. There was a show Zoom.
Just Zoom?
Yeah, look it up. I think it's still a show. You just missed it. Oh my God.
So
that's
that
not where it comes
boomer
from?
humor stuff. you
Where
know?
does it come from? Is a Zoomer? Does that come from? I would think it would come from the Zoom show.
Yeah. Well, real quick, just
You
to
guys are
clarify.
all checked out.
So just to clarify, so we're looking at August 27th, but one of the casinos we're looking at is August 20th, correct, sir?
Yeah,
Possibly?
August 20th. Yeah, because they have a competing event on the 27th.
If they don't agree with the 20th, we're just going to do our own on the 27th. So
We're just going to do our own. Yeah, then
Yep.
you guys just come out here. We'll just handle. And you know what we're going to do is pop-up casino night. Like, we're just going to come here.
Casino raids.
Yeah, so what do they call that when everybody meets and starts breaking out into a dance?
I have no idea.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where everybody meets up at one place and they break out into a dance.
Yeah.
What do
I
they
know
call
you're
that?
talking about. It's a pop something. God, I can't remember.
You told me about it the other day, like the crowd dance, like the crowd thing.
Oh, that thing.
Oh my god, dude.
can't
See,
remember
who's
the term.
boomering who?
I'm zoomering, okay?
I'm
I'm
zoom-
zoomering, okay?
Can you imagine we all just show up like 150, 200 people, we just like literally go into a casino and bam, just whack it.
Flash mob. That's what they're
Flash
saying.
mob. We'll
mob.
do a flash gambling mob. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. People are saying it right as we
No, of course,
we got it.
everybody knows. Hey, by the way, we're gonna give away more lanyards because we only have we have 2 we have to reserve that are already allocated. These are literally the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanyards we have left.
How many likes do we have, Alex?
We got 140.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Wow, we can give away a bunch of crap.
Oh.
Let's give away a bunch of stuff.
Real quick, just to let you know, Chris Bird Trucking says he'll give a $50 super chat if Dennis shaves his head, gets an Alex cut.
$50. $50
It's not
isn't
worth
enough.
it, dude. Nah,
$50.
look at that. Look at those locks, dude. He could donate the hair to like
dude.
India for $500. What are you talking about?
My hair is
man?
worth more than $50.
We like Christopher Bird though. All right, hey, what else we got? Anybody asking anything? What's going on?
Do we got
Where are we at?
food? I'm starving.
We do need food. You know what? So here, let's give an update on where we're going. So here's an interesting thing. We have a meeting, okay? But this is because this is all for our we have our bigger fans. This is just between us. So Casino Quest is going to hopefully become sort of an interactive space in a few different malls going forward. And we're talking with a few now. We've already been offered a space on an island somewhere. I'm just going to put that out there. Some island. It might be a big island with a lot of people who love craps. I watched the Hawaii Crap Shooters the other day. The part that you guys missed was, do you know, and I'm not, not to kiss ass, not to kiss too much ass, okay? But back in the day, if you were, even now, not back in the day, if you're a dealer, there's not a lot of racial disparities. You know what I'm saying? Except when it comes to craps. Hawaiians are like the crap players. Like, dude, if you work at a casino here in town, and you know the Hawaiians are coming, guess what? Your tokes are going up. The action's going to be literally off the charts. It was always a thing. So when I worked at the Gold Coast, I dealt mostly on the bird game, 25-cent table. Every now and then they'd open up the $5. They had, oh man, I should talk about. I have some of those stories. T-shirt Joe, Chuck Norris. Anybody Chuck Norris story?
You gotta.
Chuck Norris?
Well, Hawaii's Crap Shooters was here.
So they were
last
here,
week,
and so when the Hawaiians came, they would open all the tables. They didn't get the junkets like the California because they didn't serve as much. You got to serve spam at your casino, dude. You got to get the Hawaiians love the spam, dude. They love it in every way. I was always so stunned. They literally. I went to the California one time and I was like, listen, how many ways can I get spam? They're like all the ways.
California Casino, by the way.
California Casino. If you go to the cafe, everything that's on the menu can come with spam. Whatever you want. You could have
Really?
pancakes and yeah, you could have everything, dude. Everything.
Can
They're
you get
like,
spam
listen,
with spam?
I mean, I think that's how it comes a lot of times. You know what I mean? Spam with spam. But anyways, all right. So and when I was at the Gold Coast, they would open up the tables and we would just get full. I mean, you just that was it. It was like 10 aside, all Hawaiians, and you learned craps on a whole nother level because they press in a unit, 1 unit at a time. They'll go right to some of them power press, but a lot of them press me a unit. You know what I mean? So you learn every flipping unit all the way up. You know, then they put you on the line. You learn what toking looks like, the whole thing. Because you work at the Gold Coast, you don't see a lot of active tokers. There's not a lot of guys that come in there and go, hey, that's me. You know what I mean? Even the celebrities back in the day. I dealt to actual celebrities at the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And not so much on the tipping, dude.
Really?
Yeah, no, they had the cheaper celebrities there.
They got the cheaper.
They had the $5 buy-in
They
celebrities.
got the broke celebrities.
That what you got? You got introduced. No, not so much broke, dude. Just the cheap ass celebrities.
Just bastards.
Yeah. Chuck Norris tried to give his girlfriend or wife or something like this a stack of checks without recognizing that, but that was he didn't actually play, by the way. He was an investor. You know what I mean? Chuck Norris, dude. Chuck Norris, he'd come in there a few times. I got to see him. I also got to see, not Paunchy, the other guy. You know, Chips Patrol? You know Chips Patrol. He doesn't know
Oh, yeah, I
Chips Patrol.
saw no Chips Patrol.
But the white guy, that was the other Ponch and the other dude, Wilcox. He would come in there.
I'm too much of a zoomer.
He had gained so much weight though, man, because he was the thin one between the two. He was like a thin white guy, and he walked in. You could tell by his face, but the rest of him was like, holy smokes, who did you eat? He was a big dude, man. They call that fat and happy, dude. They call that fat and happy. I'm just saying. He was one of those. So happy. But it was so weird to see him so like converted. You know what I mean? Over time, because I grew up seeing him as this sort of model looking guy, and then he evolved into something else. But anyway, sorry, Alex is giving me the look.
Well, no, real quick.
What do you got?
We got 2 super chats, but
Go.
one thing I just let you know. Literally, I just looked at my Instagram thing. They found a body at Lake Mead because the water levels are lowering.
Yeah.
And it looks like they found one of the mobster bodies because it's in a body in a barrel.
Oh,
from
that
back
makes
in the
sense,
mob
dude.
days.
That's the first of many, dude.
Yeah, no. So they
They
just
threw
found
it right over the dam, dude.
Yep.
They're gonna uncover a few people.
Yep, literally.
Yeah.
I'm
that
looking
could be
at,
Hoffa for
I'm
all
literally
we know.
looking at the pictures. It's a barrel, and there's
Wow, just now they did?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then there's 2 super chats. Greg, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Idea CEG calendar. All you guys shirtless like fire nursing calendars.
Oh my
Firefighter
God.
calendars. Send them out to nursing homes. Stonks.
But by the way, we've thought of this.
Nursing
But
homes need some
convincing them to do
motivation.
it is a different thing.
I'll do it. What's the problem?
No.
Papa needs to get in shape apparently.
No.
According to
yeah,
We
Papa.
could do it like a, what is it? Like a boudoir
yeah.
style.
I'll
I mean,
do
we could
crop
that.
top. How about that? I'll do a crop top.
Dude, I'll do just
I'll
like,
do like a muscle
one little thing hiding right here and we're
Oh
good.
my
you know?
god, dude.
Wow.
Wow, really?
Honestly, we should do it and then donate the money to like charity or something.
Look.
I think it'd be fun.
Charity.
Look,
It's charitable enough, me taking my clothes off. No.
Obviously, they
I'm
haven't.
just kidding. No, 100%. We could do a charity
Look.
calendar.
I've worked long and hard for this business. Trust me, I'll get naked for this business.
Oh my god. Never mind. Let's move on.
Yeah, my
There's
holes.
some
All
super
right.
chats are going to start coming in quick
Yeah,
now.
one more.
Holy crap.
We got Alan Toy with the $5 super chat. It says, Daddy David, if you were to take over a BJ and roulette audition with Becky, would you pass?
No. I don't think I've ever passed a blackjack, roulette, or baccarat. Even a dice audition right now. Because
you would pass a dice audition.
I
Don't
sling
act
checks
like you
though.
won't.
I mean, people would pass me because they'd want me to deal, but they would if no, that's not. You're right. I would pass.
Look,
I would.
if you wanted not to sling checks, you could.
No, I gotta focus. Yeah, if I focus, because I teach the dealers how to do everything a long way past an audition. But a blackjack, when I was dealing blackjack, I did everything I could to get out of blackjack to get back into dice. I almost lost my job at the Rio, by the way. When I went, they moved me over to blackjack. They were short at the beginning of a shift. And that girl wanted to fire me so bad. That lady was like, how the hell do you work here as a dealer? Because normally you go to work at a place, you should deal more than one game. You're not just a dice dealer. And in the time that I was there, that they had me there, I had a card down, I had checks down. I mean, I was a mess, absolute mess, dude. And she was livid, dude. She couldn't believe, like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, how are you a dealer on this planet? Luckily, I was good enough at dice where she could suck it. You know what I mean? So she had to move on with that one. And, it's funny because the shift boss saved me from her. Because as she was yelling at me, the shift boss comes over and he's like, no, he's with us. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Move back over to dice, dude. That's what you did back in the day. You didn't want to go to blackjack and they still need. And if you knew you were a good dice dealer, now, if you weren't a good dice dealer and they showed you the door, you're like, oh, crap, that didn't work out so well. You know what I mean? But everybody wanted to get back to the dice pit. If you're a dice dealer, that's all you want. Nowadays, it's hard to deal just dice. They got a lot of legacy dealers that are my age, have been dealing dice a long time, that's all they do. They work at like Aria, Bellagio, and they just come in and deal dice every day. They don't want to deal anything else. You follow? But nowadays, they want all the new people coming up. They want you to learn all the games. They don't want you just to be... But which I think is sort of wrong in some ways. Because, I mean, if you're a casino that's busy enough and you're wanting people to deal higher limits, you want them to be a master of their game.
Yeah.
Make them the Baccarat dealer. The problem with that is moving out of the net. God forbid you don't get to stay at that casino and you want to move to a new casino and you only know one game, you're kind of screwed. You're kind of boxed
it's a
in.
double-edged sword type
Yeah,
of
it's a double-edged sword. But the same thing. Luckily, there's enough demand for crap dealers. You can go pretty much anywhere and make a ton of money. Literally a ton of money. But, yeah, I would fail a blackjack audition. Roulette audition, I could barely muck a roulette, dude. Good luck pushing out the payouts. That's why, Alex, all the people that have wanted me to deal and shut the hell up, it's hard to do because I don't deal roulette. You know what I mean? Kind of puts me over there on the other side. That's all right. We have a treat for you guys. We have someone. We're gonna try out somebody who talks more than me. Strangely enough, who can fill the void like nobody's business.
That's
dude.
possible.
That
No
is
way.
possible. And he talks faster, which might annoy a few people, actually. We'll have to get him. By the way, you got to tell him to slow the hell down, dude.
Yeah, we'll
Otherwise-
talk to him.
yeah.
I just want to let you know something, sir.
Go.
I put up a poll. I said, should we do a sexy calendar for 2023? Guess what percentage says yes?
Oh, my God. All of them?
Yes, 80%.
Oh, only 80%? Oh, God. Thank you for you 20%ers. Okay. Love all you. I'm going to go back and find out who you are, and you are going to go, yeah. I don't understand. Nobody, a calendar? Now, I mean, I can understand all of our young people being in the calendar.
No, we all gotta do it. We all, especially you got to take the first one. You got to take January.
January? Yeah, you
gotta be
can
the
get
first
over me
one.
quick.
CQ, CEG,
I want to
bricked
take the
up.
shortest month possible. Do you have to be on like, yeah, because you
February.
just, I guess that, yeah,
February.
February. Because that way you don't have to look at me only 28 days.
No, we'll put you on the first 6 months,
Oh.
and then the rest is the rest of us, dude.
Nah, I'm going to have to get in shape for that. All right, what's next? Do we have any more questions? Where are we at? What time is it? Oh, my God. It's almost 7
10
o'clock.
to 7 already.
We got to give away all this stuff, dude. We got to give away all this stuff. Do we break out the Urban Dictionary? Okay, here, let's give away a lanyard. What's the word of the day, buddy? What's the word of the day? You got a word?
The word is calendar.
Oh my God! You guys are gonna push this calendar until we're in a damn
Oh,
calendar.
God.
Holy smokes! Get ready, Alex. Get ready for posing, buddy. Get
Okay.
that pose ready.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Paul, thank you so much. We got a $50 super chat.
Wow!
I'm glad I'm catching these live again, but I got to get this delivery made. Thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. You know we got a big fat coin. We should give away a coin, dude.
Yeah.
One of these?
Yeah. Do we have 200 likes? Because if we do, I think coin.
We're almost there, 171.
Oh, can we? If we get to 200 likes,
If we get to 200 likes, we'll give this
gonna give-
coin.
not with the plastic, dude. That's crazy. First of all, the shipping on that's gonna be ridiculous.
I said the coin. I never said this exact coin.
Oh, the coin, yeah. We're going to give away one of our new challenge coins, which is literally Mara and Dennis designed this fantastic Casino Quest coin. We'll give that away. And we'll throw a lanyard in there. Let's just do the one. We'll do the coin and the lanyard because you got to have the lanyard with the coin. That makes no sense. Anyways, I hope you guys have been enjoying us. Did I mention the news that we're going to be expanding and coming out with some new locations?
Yes,
We're
sir.
working
We're,
on
we're
that
not
now.
exactly sure where. We have some ideas, but we're working through it.
We know where. We just can't give it away yet. We don't want y'all just sitting there waiting in line. We're not there yet. All right. Hey, what do you think? Are they saying anything?
Yeah, they're spamming
Are they spamming away? All right. Fantastic.
Calendar.
Do we just wait here? Do we fill the void? What do we do? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I mean it's been an interesting kind of journey here. Let's just say things are about to change. in a
It's so
material
funny
way.
that rooster's sitting right next to your head, buddy. Do you know everybody out there knows what a rooster is called, right? Just so we're clear. I was not allowed to say that word. I would have though. I wanted to so bad. Anyways, all right. We got the calendar coming because we're gonna give away this coin. It's a
Yep.
really nice coin. It's a 2-inch by 2-inch coin. It's believe it or not, it's a bit girthier. It's a 50.8 millimeter coin for those Allen toys out there. It's unlike the 40 millimeter silver dollars that we have now. You know, silver dollar coins, because it's bigger. It's bigger. It's girthier. It's oh god, I want to use that rooster name so bad. All right, we better say stop. Holy crap, people
Okay,
are just
keep
working
going.
that. Huh?
Just say stop whenever it
Stop.
says. Okay.
All right, pick a number, buddy. Pick a number. You pick a
19.
number.
19?
19?
Okay,
That's a big
1, 2,
number.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Brian Kist. Congratulations, sir.
Brian, yes. Tell him what he won. He won a coin and this lanyard.
Really quickly, remember to email admin@mycasinoquest.com
Yes, please.
and say you're the winner with your address, and we'll get it to you as soon as we can.
Yes, if you don't send us your address, we can't send you the stuff.
Yeah, no, that's a little tough.
Unless you're coming here to pick it up.
And
So
if you are picking it up, please tell us you are.
And if you're somebody who's won anything and you haven't heard from us, you just please resend. We do get some spam, quite a bit of spam. For some reason, these spam filters, holy smokes.
We got the strongest spam filters.
And
ever.
so sometimes it goes to spam. We can't find it. We get a lot of emails now. So please just go ahead. We don't mind you calling or calling info and saying, hey, where's my stuff? Because we're happy to have you guys with this stuff. All right. I think that's it. Do we have any last minute stuff? Any last minute questions, sir? Anything? We really love having you guys. Thank you so much for watching our videos, putting up with us.
And remember, if you like this, leave a like on the video. If you do, we'll keep going. If you guys like the video,
we love hanging out with you guys. It's been our sort of our live stream and pleasure, and I hope you guys feel the love. Yeah, another day is upon us. Fantastic.
Time to go take a nap.
In the can. See you guys. Take care. Bye.